the women. There we go. We live. Huh? Yes. That is most certainly there. Let's unmute so we can hear ourselves talk. See if the thing, because I decided not to do a test recording for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, it comes out just fine. You can hear my glorious, non-sluttering voice of my slutter. Yeah, live stream. Okay, a tweet. You know the deal. You know the deal. Boom, sent. Great, good. Yeah, there we go. Wait, 144 people in? Okay, yeah, okay, that's what it looks like at 10 a.m. That at like 40. There we go. Yes. Okay. Boom. Okay. Did I have the like thumbnail up? Yes, yes I do. Okay. I was planning on doing like a watercolor sketching stream, but I think I'll just sketch that out on my own, and then then do the actual watercoloring. And welcome back to my big sketchbook stream. This is a big sketchbook, the very big sketchbook art alternatives thingy-majig, and started this a couple days ago. So let's just quickly scroll through what we already have here. This was before I was starting to use the sketchbook stacking method of doing things. So yeah, I might skip a page, but point is we're drawing characters, drawing a few environments, 10-point sketching, smash stuff, gestures, black darkness characters, stuff, and now we're in the modern day of modern dayness. So, sorry, I'm kind of working with a tight space here. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna limit myself to these supplies today. A .7 mechanical pencil. That is a Sakura 127. It comes with a lot of Sakura pen sets. Sakura pen sets. Sakura. I think it's Sakura. Usually it comes with these sort of things. Then we have Papermate. No, Pentel, not Papermate. Papermate Click Eraser with just a C, not a K. Get it right. A Sakura Pigma Sensei or 1.0, or essentially what would be a graphic one of a Micron, a .6 tip, and a mono eraser. That's essentially what we're going to be working with today. And yeah, let's just do my signature. It's not actually a signature of anything, just some. Is that good enough? No. Yeah, level 2 would be fine. Okay, let's do what I usually like to do, and that's do my shape practice, where I always draw these shapes. Always. I just find drawing these shapes really help with my ability to kind of like just like see proportions and stuff like that, because I can be kind of bad at that at times. Like, even though I have a good sense of visual memory, I'm not very good at just like telling you what an inch is. Like, I'm always either very surprised how big an inch is or how small it is. It's like I can never get it right in my head. It's something kind of sucky that I just have to deal with stuff. Sorry for moving the mic yet again. Just want to make sure it's in a optimal positioning. I also kind of mix up how I make octagons. Sometimes I just kind of do this and just kind of connect it from there. It's just a bit easier. Sometimes I just flat out make a square and just like slice them, like kind of like that. So yeah, usually I make them a bit smaller than this, but I just want to make sure it was visible. Oh yeah, There you go. Just want to make sure the date's there. Okay. Let's do a body gesture. Do. See. It's kind of a bad fist. So I've been watching a lot of videos about watercolor lately. Like watercolor's always been that one traditional medium I just happen to really like, other than like inking and stuff like that. So I've just been looking up a lot more videos on it. Like one thing I've been kind of addicted to watching too lately is stuff like people's custom watercolor palettes, where they like. I recently started watching someone called Juicy Ink is their username. I just subscribed to them, and I really like their artwork. It's like really pretty shoujo manga style. So yeah, that's all pretty nice. Now let's draw with the the Pigma Sensei 6 or 06. But yeah, I've just been enjoying their art. They're pretty good artists. I just wish they were a little bit louder when they spoke, because I kind of have to turn up my volume up a lot in order just to understand what they're saying. But at the same time, it still comes off as very loud when I turn it up that high, so it ends up hurting my ears and stuff, so it's weird. But yeah, they're a really good artist. I recommend them. One thing I kind of learned recently is like when I typically have like a female prominent character, I tend to like put a lot of scars on them. Like this is a character from a fan fiction thing that I am currently working on, because like I said, like during one of my other streams, I figured that if I work on a fan thing, I think I might be able to be like overall less critical on myself. But I just gotta have it. I don't know why. I don't know why I started developing it. It's like the character doesn't feel like my character until I scar them. Even with guys, like just main characters in general. Like I just tend to like put some scars on them. It's like, oh, let's have their entire body burnt, like with Ellie. Maybe that's like my signature like character design. They're burnt, like physically burnt or scarred. Burnt and scarred. Burnt scars. Genius idea. Totally haven't done it before. Take the thick boy. I've been trying to get better at doing beta hair. What I mean like by like beta hair is like typically in Japanese manga production, they refer to anything that is just straight up black as beta. And part of doing beta is black hair like this, where there's like the shine left over by like left over with white and stuff like that, kind of like this. I want to get better at that, especially with more complicated hair. Kind of really show all the layers. The best way I have found it so far is try to like have like some parts like be a little bit more clumped together and not just like essentially think about it, like just even thinking about it like a little bit and not just letting you just kind of going completely mindless while doing it is a lot better. And for stuff like for back of the hair, try to like keep the beta lines, the highlight lines really short, and that can kind of like give you an idea that's further back, and it helps push the hair in the front a little bit more forward. So for like this back part right here, I'm just gonna fill it in like. And like take like this one, do some thinner stripes to kind of like clean it up a bit. Kind of sharpen up a few of the edges. There we go. Do the same face again, but with sketching, to kind of like show like how important like just sketching is when it comes to inking. The reason why I'm drawing this eye a lot smaller compared to the other eye is supposed to show that it has a harder time like trying to stay open. Sort of thing. When it comes to sketching, like if before inking, you're more confident just to put down some more details, because you know you can always erase it, sort of thing. Let's make our eyebrows a bit thicker. And when I don't like a detail, like the mouth, I always just get a good erase out of it. If you want to make sure the mouth looks properly centered, make sure the center, what would be the center lip, is with your face line, and the ends of the mouth lines up with the same parts of the eye. Like I want to line up with generally with the pupil, so just draw a line straight down, boom. The mouth lines up like that. One trick I have definitely learned over time. That's very good. That has helped out a lot. With this, I'm gonna line out a few extra, like, larger strands. Like so. Just so there's a little bit more in terms of layers. A little bit more of a cheek, just so that the lips have a bit more space to work with. Kind of rough up this part of the cheek because the scar kind of goes over. And now we got our basic sketch. One thing I'll definitely do is change this eye up. Move this eyebrow a bit. One struggle that is definitely with this sketchbook, at least when trying to make sure it's good for live streaming, is to draw things that isn't just gonna look a bit weird, because you might have seen this with a few of my other drawings in my previous streams where they kind of just seem a bit lopsided, like physically lopsided, and that's because I don't really have a lot of room to work with without like getting my face up all in the sketchbook stream itself, and I don't want to be getting in the way of the camera, which is a bit of a struggle in general. So just gotta readjust the eyes a bit. Occasionally look at the string footage itself, which is also at an odd angle as well because it's technically okay, so you got the sketchbook right here. Like, this is the sketchbook. This is me, sketchbook. You got the tripod with the webcam on it. And the webcam is technically looking it at a angle. I tried to make it as top down as possible, but it's still going to be slightly skewed. So instead of a perfect square, it's more like a bit of a upside down trapezoid in a way. And for me, it's a bit of a right side up trapezoid. So this is camera, my view, and that's like the true shape. So this is kind of what I have to kind of like work with, because I can't put my head too far in, because then you'll start to see it and stuff like that, and that gets annoying. And stuff like that. Now, I'm not even going to ink this. I'm just going to leave it as is. I really like how it came out, though. Yeah. Though it does get a little bit more accurate for me as it gets closer to like this point of the paper, because then I could kind of see it more as like this rather than like that drastic. So I can adjust and look a little bit more top down, a little bit more easier compared to when it's like further up top compared to here, I really want one of those magic arm things where you can like kind of like move the camera around a bit and just kind of plop it down somewhere and just like that you put it on the like tripod. I do technically have a scissor arm, but it doesn't latch on to anything on my desk, so that's a bit disappointing. I even tried attaching it to like this tripod here, but it was just too heavy in order to like keep it properly standing upright. So yeah, I just need one of those like tiny ones, like little tiny bendy ones. This work. Just trying to find a good place for my microphone because it's kind of awkward at points because I don't want to like smack into it. Then you have like my computer monitor, which I'm gonna move a bit because the microphone's getting kind of deadly close to it. I don't like that.
This isn't our character from that fan fiction idea, the thing I have. I'm trying to figure out like a good hairstyle for her. Maybe give her like a slightly different eye shape. you see one of the issues with the paper here where it's like you kind of see stuff that's inked right through it. It's like, it's sad. It's sad. A lot of sketchbooks have that issue, but I kind of wish it didn't. Anyway. Yeah. Experimenting more with the character's design. I thought I kind of had like a solid idea what I wanted them to look like, but after just kind of like staring at it, it's like, hey, I just kind of drew Alice again. From Brightest Darkness, which is an original idea that I have. The two characters that I have drawn for the fanfiction idea I have are original characters. Just I'm using the lore of the thing I like, which is Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I guess I should have mentioned that. It's like a fanfiction idea of Kingdom Hearts. Kind of like my own take on it. But with the main character being like a Dark Knight instead of a Keyblade wielder. And kind of has to exist in this world with Keyblade wielders and the aftermath of the Keyblade War and stuff. Since it's a fanfiction idea, I've been definitely I actually started storyboarding a bit of the first chapter. Didn't get very far until I was like, I want to do this over again. Mainly because I just had a better idea how I wanted to start. And then I changed that idea again because I was like, what if we do like a cold start? Like, just kind of start a little bit after the beginning of the story. Alright, then at the exact beginning. You know? It's definitely a story I want to tell. But since it's based in our on our property, technically multiple, because Kingdom Hearts and stuff. So I just kind of have to just kind of make it a fan thing. One, and lash out like that, and one like that. Boop. Yeah. I actually really like how this one came out. Yeah, let's do another iteration of this face. I especially like the face. give her more curlier hair. Kind of like so. Also, don't like how the eyelashes came out. Let's reduce the eyelashes a bit. Yeah. I really like how this one came out. Yeah, there we go. about the hairstyle kind of looks a bit too much like Kyrie. A little bit happy with that. Shorter on one side, have one side a little bit longer. Show some layering. been 1 hour. Time to do some hand stretches. Remember always to stretch your hands every hour on the hour. Just doing some hand stretches. Just doing some hand stretches. Rub those knuckles. I'm not even sure I'm doing this right. I'm just, rubbing my knuckles, both sides, like this. And then return the favor with the other hand. Because even if you primarily just use the one hand, it's always good to stretch out the other. Stretching. There's just like a little speck right here. What the heck? Anyway. Yeah, these. I think I might end off the stream. I know it's only an hour in, but I just kind of want to do more drawing on my own because I don't like live streaming drawing environments because then I get very self-conscious very quickly. you know? So, yeah, I think I'll just end it off here. Because I want to do more environment drawings and stuff like that and listen to YouTube videos. So, that's it for today. 3 to 18. Yeah. And but look how much we did so far of this sketchbook. Decent amount of pages, but with a yeah, there's a long way to go still. And I also have been thinking, like, maybe I should draw on this off stream, but then show you everything and just specifically label it as non-stream. I got plenty of other sketchbooks though. Anyway, gonna end it off here. Don't really want to force enthusiasm. Sorry about that. I just kind of hit my mic and it just kind of slammed down my keyboard. Anyway, thanks for anybody who came by. I don't think a lot of people came by during the stream. It's also kind of hard to like kind of keep myself energized without anybody really to talk to. So I want to see if next time I get tomorrow, if I can like snag a co-host or something. I need a co-host. Just someone to talk to, guaranteed, and not rely on chat, which is usually pretty dead most of the time. So yeah, gonna need a co-host. Anyway, thank you for coming by. These are just sketchbooks I use for propping stuff up. Yeah, here's like a watercolor test I did of Aqua using the Arteza colors to see how they look on this paper. They look alright. Anyway, see y'all tomorrow.